Welcome. I'm Maurice Smith. I'm the Executive Director of Rising River Media, a nonprofit Christian media and publishing company. I'm also the Executive Producer of My Road Leads Home, a documentary series on homelessness in Spokane, Washington. A friend of mine from college days at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, go Heels, by the way, is now a very successful author of multiple books. He recently posted a comment that I think should be the motto of every Christian author and self-publisher. He simply said, "I don't write to make money. I write to make a difference." If you don't know how profound that is, you're probably in the wrong business, and you're probably watching the wrong video. At Rising River Media and Rising River Books, we're about making a difference and helping our writers make a difference too. In the next few minutes, I want to do three things. First, I want to give you some quick background about Rising River Media so you know who we are and what we're about. Second, I want to tease you with our latest book project that I believe will make a meaningful difference in your life and in the lives of many others. But it needs your help. So yes, that's kind of a tease. Third, I want to offer you a challenge and an opportunity to make a difference in the lives of many people through your support of Christian self-publishing. Let's start with some quick background. My wife and I have been involved in self-publishing for nearly 30 years. When we published our first book, When the Fire Fell, about the Great Welsh Revival of 1904, self-publishing was almost non-existent, and spell check was something called a dictionary. When it came to self-publishing, we were very much on our own to figure it out for ourselves. It was sink or swim. So we decided to swim. Since then, we've published 18 books, which you can find on my Amazon authors page. Today, self-publishing companies have sprouted up like mushrooms, and their sponsored ads show up in your Facebook feed. Click on one, and the gnomes at Facebook will make sure you see them all. 7 years ago, we added documentary filmmaking to our media work, producing 6 full-length documentaries and another dozen or so documentary short films on homelessness in Spokane. They're all available on our YouTube channel. Both our self-publishing work and our documentary film work has been grounded in the idea of making a difference in the lives of others and for the kingdom of God. We believe this so strongly that I spent 10 months as a day manager of the largest homeless camp in the state of Washington, with over 689 residents at its peak. After we successfully closed the camp, I wrote a book about it called A Place to Exist: The True and Untold Story of Camp Hope and Homelessness in Spokane. Why? Because I believe that's what it means to make a difference, to obey Jesus' command to serve the least of these, and then to write about it from experience so that others can learn how they can make a difference too. Whether writing and publishing books or producing documentaries, our motivation has always been the same. We don't do it to make money. We do it to make a difference for others and for the kingdom of God. In the process, our goal is to empower you and the writers we work with to be more effective in their writing and in their personal discipleship. Now for the tease I promised. Our current book project is titled 30 Days with God in Tight Places, Seeking God in the Psalms when we find ourselves between a rock and a hard place. Some of you listening to this video are struggling today, caught between a rock and a hard place. You don't understand what God is doing in your life, and as a result, you don't know what you should do. The writers of the Psalms call these moments tight places, and they remind us that our God is a refuge and strength, an exceedingly present help in tight places. Psalm 46, verse 1. And isn't that what you and I need when we're struggling? To know that God really is our exceedingly present help in our tight place? The Hebrew word for tight place, sarar, shows up in 50 different psalms. We took 30 of those psalms and turned them into devotionals that unfold timeless spiritual truths about God's steadfast love and faithfulness toward His people in their tight places. Do you struggle with fear? Well, you'll enjoy day 1 and the tightest place of all. Do you feel overwhelmed by what life is throwing at you? Welcome to day 2 and overwhelmed by 1,000 troubles. Have you ever been falsely accused or gossiped about and didn't know what to do or how to respond? You'll want to camp in days 5 and 6, accusations and innocence. There's so much on that one that we had to break it into 2 days. Did you know that one of the most famous of all the Psalms, the 23rd Psalm, is all about God delivering His people from tight places? You'll discover more in Day 10, Our Shepherd in Tight Places. Want to discover how one of the greatest hymns of the church got started from a psalm about God protecting His people in tight places? You'll learn the story and find your own encouragement in Day 19, God, Our Fortress. There's more, a lot more, but I think you get the point. Trust me, you're going to find yourself in these devotionals, and in the process, you're going to discover biblical truths that will make a genuine difference in your own walk with God. Principles like how we live out our spiritual journey and respond to our tight places are the ultimate expression of what we truly believe. You're going to find quotes that you'll want to record on the journal page at the end of each study, and you'll probably post them on your refrigerator too. These are in-depth devotionals designed to make a difference and change lives. As one of my manuscript reviewers commented during our final edits, I think your devotional will be well received. Your concept of tight places is something every person can relate to. We agree, and we think you will too. So whatever you're going through, God has something important to say to you from the Psalms of Tight Places. Okay, time to wrap this up with 2 items. First, I want to send you a complimentary copy of 30 Days with God in Tight Places. Second, I want to challenge you to help us make a difference in the world of Christian self-publishing. The average self-published book sells roughly 100 copies, yeah, you heard that right, before it disappears into the publishing world's version of crickets chirping. That means if you or someone you know bought that $4,000 highly recommended self-publishing package to publish your book, you effectively paid $40 per book. On a $3 per book royalty, you'll need to sell over 1,300 books just to break even. That's the kind of math that leaves authors disappointed and disillusioned with self-publishing. It's time to do different. It's time to do better. There are many talented Christian writers with great book ideas that could make a difference in many lives, including yours and mine. But they don't understand how self-publishing works, how to navigate it, and what their options might be. You shouldn't have to max out your credit cards or take out a home equity loan and spend thousands of dollars for the privilege of selling 100 copies of the book you worked so hard to write. Both you and they need better information on what you're getting into and have more control over the process. We want to help make that happen. We want to use our experience to make a difference with up-and-coming authors like you who want to self-publish their work. So, we're going to pull back the curtain on self-publishing and show you the nuts and bolts of how it works. My goal is to empower you to control the process, make better decisions, and get more bang for your publishing book. Even how to publish your book for free. By the way, do you know the 10 basic things that nearly every self-publishing package includes, depending on the price of the package? Here they are. Starting with this video, on our new video blog, we're going to walk you through each of these 10 basics in detail. And for starters, did you notice that text editing and marketing are not on the list? But they're often 2 of the costliest services in self-publishing. Yes, we'll talk about those. But how a publisher handles and prices these 10 items determines the basic cost of the package. And remember, the person selling you that package is probably getting a commission. The bigger the package, the bigger the commission. And FYI, we don't do packages or commissions. We offer a basic cost plus fee service along with this piece of free information. It costs more to fix a mistake than it does to do it right the first time. So we're going to pull back the curtain and show you how to save money on all of these. By the time we're done, you're going to know how to be your own publisher, or at least how to avoid overpaying someone else to be your publisher. But to make all of this happen, we need your help. Rising River Media is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to facilitating high-quality Christian media. And as I've said, we don't write to make money. We write and publish to make a difference. I want to invite you to join us on our publishing journey by making a tax-deductible gift toward our work. As our thank you, we'll send you a complimentary copy of our book, 30 Days with God in Tight Places. Your gift of $25 or more will keep our work of writing, publishing, educating, and making a difference moving forward without interruption. So why not use the QR code on your screen to make your tax-deductible donation via PayPal right now? Be sure to include your email and shipping address so we can send you your complimentary copy of 30 Days with God in Tight Places as our way of saying thank you for making a difference by believing in and supporting Christian self-publishing.